restaurant. 5 stars of bust in more ways than one.
So,
Pun absolutely intended.
Last week, if we all recall, there was a disturbance in the final watch of the night. Leading up to this event, who wants to quickly discuss what else transpired last week?
We learned about Narsil.
Well, we spent one night watching and waiting, and almost nothing happened. Apparently, the front door was not trapped very well, but we had tried to trap the doors, and they determined that they weren't quite ready to assault us. But they've come back, which means they're probably committed at this point. And yes, we did talk to our companion and learn some more things about him.
Oh yeah, we also found out that 4 members of our group, I believe it's of which are present, have a 50 gold bounty on her from.
Indeed.
Ooh, yeah.
As told by our current employer, who found it interesting or amusing more than anything. If I understood what he was saying correctly.
He's not opposed to it since it's with a negative group, so not having a good rep with a bad group doesn't exactly bother him.
And just to be clear, it was a, since I guess I didn't really catch that last week, it's a bad group that has a bounty out on us. Got it.
Yes, the person, it's some sort of an affiliate with the group that he's trying to bring down. In fact, the way you found out was that you guys mentioned that a job that or one of the things he talked about, which was a town going missing, was the name of a town that you had refused a job to.
Yes.
And the person you talked with, which triggered something in him to remember, and he went and reviewed and found out about the bounty he heard about on a group, and asked your names and linked up the other two and was like, so the 4 of you have a 50 gold bounty ahead on you.
So it's interesting that he didn't. He know our names, right? When we accepted the job, did we actually tell him? Anyway, we're going off on a tangent.
You briefly mentioned them, kind of in passing?
It didn't connect with. Got it.
Yeah, because they were just people that were unknown at the time until he met you, and then there were known factors to make the connection.
Anyway, we learned about Norrisil. We learned we had a bounty on our heads. Otherwise, nothing particularly eventful happened until the quote-unquote cliffhanger, in which one of the doors was attempted to be opened.
If I remember correctly, one of you spotted something following you on the way back to the inn.
Yes. I forgot
Someone
that.
was on the rooftops, and Cleoc went to investigate and didn't find anything.
I found that, yes, somebody had been up there, but no trace of, but don't know who it was or why.
But they had been following you. And so that leads us to this evening, gentlemen. Cookie, you are fast asleep on the couch. Yonovan, are you sleeping on the floor? Or were you sleeping on the couch?
Couch.
You trying to make a cookie over?
Yeah, but it's not
I
working.
tried to. That's, it's okay.
Don't worry about it. We'll know cookie's down on the spot there. You just flip him on his head. That works too.
The amusing game of cookie golf.
There we go.
So, Certain, you are headed to where? It's your Cleoc just got up to relieve you. It is your turn to catch the last bit of your shut-eye. Where in the room do you choose to rest your eyes?
Saradon, can I hear you?
We know?
Yes. At least we heard the "can you hear me now" part.
Off again.
Not a problem. I understand. Just want to make sure. Okay, so you're heading for that corner? Okay.
I'm not. I'm torn around, so I'm facing the room. I just can't get it to move.
Okay. And Cleoc, where would you be getting up from?
Probably from.
You sleep over there?
Sure.
Okay. So you
If
would
I was
be
getting up to relieve.
I was gonna say you're right about here. And Ceridan's marching off towards his spot. And Narasil's currently there, just chilling, reading, petting. And thus you hear the sound of a metal bearing hitting the floor.
Which one specifically?
At the back. The one that has the person labeled assassin near it.
Just making sure.
No, you're good. I'm just thought I'd make sure I told you. So, it is initiative time, gentlemen. Those of you who are asleep will not bother doing so till you awaken. What is your passive perception? Sleeping ones.
13.
Okay. And I believe Janovin's was 12?
My passive perception is 12.
Okay. Just making sure that was the same from that. It was, that's what I had here from last week, so I just want to make sure that I was remembering correctly.
I've not
Okay.
suddenly got more perceptive in my sleep.
Okay, yeah, you guys do not hear this as of yet. Let's see, I need initiative for Cleoc and Ceridan and myself.
Cleox 21.
Who's added to that again?
It's your dex mod. So 13 plus your dex mod.
Yeah, it's usually just your dex mod unless you have something special. What is it?
14.
14, thank you.
Ooh, I get to find out what Narsil's dex mod is.
You have perception as well. Skill and perception.
Okay. And so, things commence. Let's see, where's the other one? Cleok, you're up first. You hear the bearing drop at the back door.
I'm trying to decide whether I'd wake up Yonovan or Cookie, just because it's Yonovan's thing. But,
You
Go
can
over
wake
to-
up whichever one, and Saradin or I can go for the other.
Since Saradin and Norris are closest to Yonovan, I go over to Cookie and I try to shake him awake. Wake up, Cookie!
Cookie! Let's see what you got. It's a very low roll. Cookie, you snap awake. Roll your initiative at disadvantage because you're waking up. But due to getting that roll that you got, you get a chance to go this turn.
So, at disadvantage, the initiative is 7.
Didn't see your second die roll.
It was 5 and 19.
Yeah, the second one was 19, the first one was 5. So, yeah, I figured it's fair. It means you don't lose a round, but you snap awake quick due to that. And then...
And I use the rest of near the door.
Okay. So you have a bonus left, unless you want to do anything with it.
For bonus, I flex my talons.
Okay. Then I am up. I will head to Yonovan. And... let's see, what means should I wake him up with? I will go ahead and shake him. Actually, knowing how much you use loud noises, Yonovan, I'm going to let Ah go ahead and take a little nibble on your posterior. Let's roll your perception with advantage, since you're actually getting bitten. Okay. You get to roll initiative now, and you'll pick up next round at your initiative order. Was that total? Do you have a dex mod, Yonovan?
If Jonathan's mic, I don't know if you know that.
No, I didn't notice. 18 for perception, and then 5 for initiative, even without disadvantage. Do I need to roll a disadvantage?
No, because you didn't get to go this round. You get to go next round.
Okay, great.
Cookie got to go roll at disadvantage to go this round because he got a crit on his perception. So yeah, you wake up to this little furry thing just giving you a little love bite on your butt.
I resist the urge to stab it with the fork.
It runs away. I'm going to move up and crouch behind the couch, and Ceridan's up.
Okay. I move to the door. Looking someone up fast. Move to the door and I guess just ready to hit anything that comes through.
Okay. Cookie, what do you want to do? Well, you're going, this person's going at the same time, so I'm going to go
I'm gonna move and cast a spell.
Okay.
My motion will take me past Kleok and Theroden. Let's see what the spell result is.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Well, that's a fine result. Nothing unusual happens except for the spell.
What's
I'm gonna-
unusual about the spell?
So tell me about the environment we're in. Describe the room to me in terms of how big it is.
It's a wooden room. It's somewhere between 10 and 12 feet tall ceilings.
Excellent. Vaulted
Made of
ceilings.
Mm-hmm.
Ceridon and Kleok double in size.
For how many rounds?
That's a great question. May I please have a D6?
There's a bunch of them.
There is 12 of them sitting on the table.
Okay.
Nice.
6 rounds.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mushrooms.
Nice, we'll mark
The
that
net
one for.
effect is you have advantage on strength saves and checks, and you do an extra D4 of damage whenever you hit.
Nice.
I'm okay with that. Are we appropriately sized now?
Looks about right.
Hey, you guys!
Do a wind gust attack now.
There you go. That's what the big dice is for your enlarged rounds.
Okay.
Don't step on me.
Just so people don't, grab it and do other things with it.
Okay.
And Cookie, is it their turn rounds or yours?
Some point.
It would normally last until like my turn.
Okay, so it's 6 of your turns.
Yeah.
Just verifying. That's kind of what I thought. As you're doing that, the door bursts open. In a puff of smoke or fog, mist, you see an individual over here. Oh, am I intruding?
Who are you?
Uh-oh. Not good.
You had me look like the guy. She didn't notice it was fake, so yeah.
So silly question. Did he or she pass through our
Yes, as a bonus
Correct,
action,
thanks.
Misty step past you.
Ah.
She heard footsteps. I don't think Ceridan's that stealthy.
No.
And misses. You see she stabs at me or at Nericel, and you see Nericel has this yellow shield around him, kind of like just light, and like the small weapon she stabs with kind of like just bounces off this
Wow.
reflective light on around him. And that would be back to Kleok.
Cleoc shall try and not knock over too many things. We're doing the flanking rules, right?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna punch this person. With advantage.
I've thought about saying no to that because I've seen some instances where it's a severe disadvantage for players, but that's something we'll talk about at another time.
I see. So. That's a 25. Assuming I get the advantage.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, for now, yeah, that's what we're going
Okay.
with.
25 to hit.
That hits.
Need 2 d4s because I'm enlarged. But my martial art die is not a d6 yet.
As I said, any of you, if you want, can pick a kitchen knife up and use that as
6 damage because that's min roll. Bonus action. Flurry of blows. Ew. 13.
Yeah,
Well, I assume
13 doesn't
does
hit.
not hit.
No.
And that's a crit. $12 damage.
Okay. Good whacking hit from Cleoc. Saradin, you're up.
Okay.
And yeah, I guess I'll stay there.
Land on her. No.
Goodbye, table.
You're gonna stand on Yanovan?
The secret is to hold the right mouse button, and it will place it for you.
Okay.
Snap the grids turned on or something like that. So
Yeah.
That table's
I-
gone. Let's face it.
Man, if the hippo stepped on it, it was gone. Double size.
Kicked it out of.
You didn't even notice it was there. You heard like a creak in the floor.
Undo that. I pick up the table and I throw it at her.
Okay. Roll a throw attack.
Let me guess. Strength.
Yep, but no proficiency. It's improvised.
Oh, no proficiency. Okay.
Mm-mm. You're not proficient in table
He
throw.
looks like he'd be the table flipping proficient kind of guy.
He did specify throw, not flip.
Fair enough.
Now what?
you do still get your strength bonus to the 2-hit roll, but not your proficiency bonus. So at your level, your proficiency bonus is +2. Your strength, I think, is +3. So that 13 would be a 16 to hit.
Okay.
Is that the case, Saradin?
I roll for damage. It does it.
D6.
Plus your D4.
Yep.
Did the 16 hit?
16 hits, yes. Which is good, because otherwise they would have rolled to see if it hit me or you, and, you know, I don't think Narsil or Cleoc want to be hit.
Did you
Can I
roll
use
a
my reaction to
D4?
catch the table?
If you want,
Was
but
that-
it didn't hit you. What did you get for damage?
Get +6 to hit rolls.
So you
Wait, no, that's I misread my own note.
You rolled a 1, and did you roll D4?
So there's a D4 right there.
So,
Wow.
2 damage.
Plus strength mod.
Yep. So, whomping 5
5.
damage.
Wow. All right. Well, it's better than nothing.
Oh, actually, hold up.
Did you do D4?
Yes.
Ability I can add to that if I can find the right one.
You're using a superiority die, or
Yeah. I think that's just to make sure it hits a precision attack. Yeah, never mind then.
Okay, so it's just that then. Okay. Oh wait, it was my turn before yours. I should have gone. I'm going to disengage and run. I'm gonna hide behind the big gray man.
It's Cookie's turn as well, right?
It is going to be now, yes.
Can I... It looks like I can see the assassin.
Yes.
All right. The assassin needs to roll a con save. Let's start with... I am attempting to cast Blind. Ho ho ho! That's cool. I get to roll on the spell critical table. So this is normally a blind spell that you would get a con save against, and the spell is just going to last a round. But no one would necessarily know that.
No, but the DM and the player kind of need to know.
Yeah. Can I have a D10, please? Six. Okay. Nothing unusual happens, but I gain 6 mana points back, which I think is pretty cool.
okay, 10% of your mana.
What did you, what's your DC?
Well, that's a great question. It's the same as the classic DC at this level, so it'll be what, 13? Yeah, 13.
Okay. And what happens?
You're blinded.
Okay. Kleok, what's your AC?
Good question. 17, I think.
Okay, so that's a hit, so I need a con save from you, sir.
Hit while blind.
They go at the same time. Technically, she should win, but for
Yeah.
ease of this stage, I do it at the same time.
That's fair.
Why is Narcel and the assassin in different spots now?
Because
I just
Narcel
engaged and
disengaged and
ran.
moved. That's an 11 on the con save.
Ooh, okay.
Oh,
And
when
one
Nate
more?
uses the word I don't know which character he's talking about.
Sorry, I'm working on that.
I need another con save.
Yes. You notice the short blade she has is coated.
17. If I only had my longsword, my AC would have been 19.
48 damage as poison courses through your vein.
48.
Yep.
I'm very much unconscious.
Okay. And she's blind. And Jonathan's up.
Are there death rules about taking too much damage?
You have
I'm
to
gonna
take
move there.
like twice your max hit points or something?
That's correct.
I'm gonna move there for advantage.
I don't think you got twice your hit points and damage.
Saradin's actually not standing next to the assassin, right?
No, he's 5 foot away.
But isn't he within melee range since he's in a large size? Should have a 10-foot range for that size.
Check the enlarged spell. Does it say it actually gives you reach or not?
Hold on.
It doesn't say it
A
gives
naturally
you reach.
large creature does, but a enlarged creature, I don't think that's a gift they get.
If I'm twice as tall, wouldn't my arms be twice as long?
For mechanical reasons, it would change the spell strength, so I think they left it off for that reason. We can look into it more afterwards, but if the spell doesn't say it, for now we'll leave it off, and we'll talk about it after.
What?
Okay, the spell does what the spell says it does.
It does?
Mike, no. Mike Merle says no. The spell does what the spell says it does, not more.
Yeah,
There's no inherent reach by size.
that's kind of what I thought.
Okay.
Most
Just
large
checking.
creatures, by their large size, do, but that's because they're natural, not because they're enhanced.
Okay.
So,
Armor.
Saradin could have taken 5 more feet step up after he threw the table, though, if he had chosen to.
I am going to attack my improvised weapon. My sharpened straws that has ball bearings are inside of it.
All right.
So I'm going to
about
stab him with it and then twist and see if it goes off.
Okay.
Note that you have advantage to attack a blinded target under normal circumstances.
That is true. I didn't say he didn't have advantage for that reason.
Beautiful. There's a 1. Let's try this. 10. Probably don't stab him.
What's your mod?
Well, I'm not proficient, so just a 1.
Well, no, you are
For
proficient
dex.
with it since you made it.
That'd just be 13.
You only have a +3 with proficiency?
No, I have +2 for proficiency and then +1 for dex.
Okay. And your strength probably isn't any better than dex then.
Just a bit, 13, but it's the same modifier.
A stabbing could be strength. But yeah,
I mean,
if it's not a different mod, then it
both
doesn't matter.
+1.
Yeah. So yeah, 13 misses.
Alright.
You catch her armor and you jam it. Did you want to see if the secondary still happens, or does the secondary not happen?
No, I wasn't gonna do it. It's stab and twist. I'm not gonna do it. I'm only gonna try and fire it once I stab her. I'll roll 2 bonus actions to do sanctuary on myself.
Cleoc?
Cleoc needs a death save and a success.
You're good. Don't worry, it'll be short-lived.
You're a jerk for not reviving me, Donovan.
You've always said you wanted to die.
I never said that.
What could be more glorious than in battle?
It's good. I can kill him. Good buddy, near Silda.
You stabilize with 1 hit point.
Yay.
Does that mean he's conscious or just stable?
If I've got 1 hit point, I'm very much conscious. Just prone.
You stabilize and gain 1 hit point. So you stabilize, but then you gain 1 hit point as well.
Cool.
And I didn't use a spell slot.
But since she's standing over me, she has advantage on me. Well, not disadvantage if she wants that. Isn't that fun? Yes.
Just a minute, sorry.
Now, see, you could have taken this ring of crawling, and then we wouldn't have this problem.
What's the ring of crawling going to do for me?
You can move without standing up.
So is Cleark in position to attack again, or is he too busy recovering?
My turn came and went with the death save.
I know, but
Actually, no, I
have
should do the other thing. Sorry.
So thank you for carrying.
If Cleok is prone, he's not going to threaten, so, but you don't need it. Since the target is blind, you already have advantage to attack.
Beat him into the ground.
I'm using my commando strike to give him another taunt.
What does that do?
Taunt, and let one of you guys have another taunt.
Certain, what is it you want to do?
I move up to her and I try to punch her. Yes. Oh, nat 20.
Nat 20.
Smash him into the ground.
What is that to blow?
What are you attacking with?
Punch that off.
Your fist?
Your fist would be an improvised weapon. What were we saying, Yonovan?
So that'd be a D2.
Mm-hmm. Plus a D4. Or, no, I think it's actually just 1 plus a D4. For
Yeah, it's
medium
1
range.
plus a D4 to people who aren't trained in unarmed strikes.
Cleok, I need to change something because I realized it. You actually took 14 health.
Ah.
Wouldn't it be 2 plus a D4 then? Since it's a nat 20?
Yes.
Technically, no, but that's the dumbest rule ever.
Really?
So yes, I would say 2
2 plus
plus
2.
2d4.
Because dice get doubled when you crit.
I should have used my head, but dang it. Oh well.
Next turn.
They didn't design the system to work with unarmed strikes, basically.
Yeah.
Unless you're a monk.
Or you take the brawler feat.
It's a special move.
Because if you crit
Or
with
your
a punch,
special
it does
race.
no more damage than a punch.
Yeah. So what was your total damage, Certain?
3.
Plus your strength mod. Because you did punch.
Oh, plus my
Right.
strength mod?
Is it this is your strength mod?
Mm-hmm.
I guess never mind then. Because just 1 plus 2d4.
Did you roll the 2d4, Ceridan?
1.
You roll 2 1s with your d4? Because you crit, so you roll all damage dice twice. Your d4 is a damage dice, so
Duh. 4 damage. Because the 1 base plus the 2 1s on the roll. Didn't you say there was another one?
Now you get to add your strength bonus as well.
7?
And I've got 14 hit points right now, not just one, correct?
Yeah, I used the spell instead.
Okay. I mean, if she's doing 48 damage to me, 1 or 14 hit points really doesn't matter.
Yeah, she is blind though.
Yeah, then.
Yeah, but she won't be blind when it comes to my turn.
That is true.
Yep.
All right. So, Saradin, are you finished? I take that as a yes. So, Cookie,
Yeah, I said yes.
you and the assassin are now up. She is going to, since she can't see very well, meaning not at all, she's going to disengage. What are you doing, Cookie?
I'm just standing over here in the corner. Oh. Well, what I would do is I would attempt to.
Saradin, you're breathing into your mic.
Let's see. In this situation, I think I'm going to move over and, heal Cleoc.
How are you getting all the way across the room?
The room's not that big. How big is it?
Well, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 would put you on the corner between Cleoc and Saradin.
That'd be fine. If I sort of move around Saradin like that.
Yeah, you can squish up next to him.
All
It means you
right.
kind of go under Saradin's legs, but yeah.
All right. D20 spell results. Nothing unusual. You get 16 more hit points.
Ooh, good. Exact maximum. For when I stupidly engage again and die horribly. But that's okay.
Hey, you hadn't died yet. And Yanovan, you're up.
Oh boy.
And yes, she does see you all now.
Hi. Yep. I'm gonna walk up and try and out of it.
Roll your attack.
Really.
You just really don't like combat. I think you should become
No.
a pacifist.
Well,
It's a shame that blindness spell isn't a dex-based spell, or else I could reapply it.
sorry. I'll read it. Before I cast Sanctuary again, I'm checking how many slots.
That wouldn't hurt.
Okay.
Who's been most successful against her so far?
Yep, I'm casting the Sanctuary myself again since I just tried to stab her and I'm alone over there.
Okay.
Who's successful so far?
2 of my 3 slots.
I have.
Probably Cleoc, since he's done the most damage.
I'm trained for this unarmed fighting thing.
I take a swipe and then point at Saradin.
You point at Saradin?
Yeah. Cast Sanctuary.
Oh, on Saradin or you?
No, I cast Sanctuary on myself, and then after taking a swipe, I cast Sanctuary on myself and point at Saradin. So she has to do a Wisdom save when attacking me.
Yeah. So we're back up to the top then. Cleoc.
Yeah.
Let's try this again. I assume I can make it there with 35 feet.
Yeah, you also have your wings, so you can kind of jump up and over people a little easier.
All right. I'm assuming that Yonovan still counts as an ally, even though he's under sanctuary. Question mark.
Since she can technically attack him, yes. And he can technically attack her, it's still a threat, I would say.
That is 19.
It hits.
Yeet. And I'm still enlarged. That's a thing. That's 11 damage. Bonus action, flurry of blows.
Yes, sir.
First attack. Apparently I select the Cleoc as well with this roll, but I don't care.
It's pretty amusing, actually.
I will
You
take
float
the
up in
12
the air
on
and
die
stab her
for
with
an
your
18.
talon. Yep.
And that is 10 damage.
Ooh, that was a nice hit.
And final attack is also hits, because that's higher than the others.
Sweet.
And that is max damage of 12. So 10, 11, and 12.
Yeah, she's really not looking so good.
And I'm going to tip my character over in the sense probably dead next. I shouldn't predict the future.
No, you shouldn't. Certain, you will be up momentarily.
Mentality.
It is Narasil's turn.
Has anyone else taken any damage?
Nope.
Okay, just checking.
Assassin.
Certain, you're up.
Go strike to make it Cleoc's turn attack. Yeah.
You're gonna
So
what?
come-
You're gonna move up and hit?
One of my superiority dice to use the commando strike.
When you take
This will forego my attack.
Ah,
Commander Strike, when you take the attack action, you can go one of your attacks on your turn and use a bonus action to direct one of your companions to strike.
so he doesn't get to strike,
Brilliant.
but you get to strike, Cleoc. So you make an out-of-turn hit now.
Adding the superiority die to the attack's damage roll if I hit.
It uses up your reaction, though.
That's a bummer, because I missed. Because that's 12.
Sad.
In a moment.
Alright.
Okay, no, the superiority die goes to the damage roll, doesn't it? Not the hitting.
Yep. I'm sorry, Saradin. I failed.
You've done damage.
Yeah, you know, you live and you learn.
This fight was made for me because I'm a monk.
Yes.
Took away all the weapons. And our spellcasters are not offensive spellcasters.
On tag.
But don't worry,
Yep.
I'm modifying the XP rewards due to the enhanced difficulty. So, certain there's okay, Cookie, you and her are up at the same time.
Cookie's going to attempt another blind. Dice are good today. AC 13, con save.
Nice.
Was that a disengage action? Or misty
Yes.
step?
What's the con save?
13.
Yeah, she rolled a 15 on the die. Anything else?
Huh. Actually, 1 second.
You think, wow, you guys are persistent. This isn't going as fun as you would think you people would make it for a fine person.
Da-da-da-da. What sort of weapon has she been striking with?
Coated dagger.
That's a thought. I did mention it
Instead of
is a
poison.
short blade. If it's a dirk, a dagger, a short sword, it's uncertain. But it's
Okay.
not a long sword.
I'm going to cast resist poison on myself.
Cast 2 spells a turn?
That was a bonus action spell, only at 2nd level.
Nice.
But that was not a good roll. For a 2nd level spell, 2 met the threshold.
Did you poison yourself?
No,
We're about to find out.
but I'm gonna need a D10 and a D12. Let's see. There's the
They're on the table.
D12.
Run away!
Okay. Nine, 0. That'd be 100. Yeah. What does 100 say? Huh. Okay.
Is Edmund dead?
Hmm.
Please tell me Edmund's dead, just for the lulz.
The spell re-triggers next round.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Why
So
is a
it didn't
9
work
and a
this time, but
0?
it might next time.
The 0 is a 10.
Okay.
And the
so
9 is in the 10's place. The D12,
Okay,
it's
yeah.
D12 times 10 plus D10.
Got it.
Okay. There. Yep. So Yanovan's up.
Is the assassin within 5 feet of Cookie?
Yes.
And I'm
More
gonna
like
try to
that.
stab
but It's
again.
kind of working.
I'm gonna try and backstab. That was
That would have been a crit if had it rolled into the d6s.
that might be enough. 15.
Just hits.
Hey. Now, what is this improvised dagger with explosives with bearings inside do?
Probably somewhere between a D4 and lower.
So, do we want to do a second attack twist that may or may not set anything off and then determine damage? What?
Yeah, let's go ahead and finish it, because then we can kind of lump it together. Since you kind of have it happen at the same time.
16.
Okay, it works.
Did I roll a d4?
So roll D6 for your damage for your gun, since it's a smaller.
4.
And then, what's your modifiers to that?
Normal modifier, if it's a thunder, is a...
No, just your straight like gun. So it's your dex, which you said was +1.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So 5. And a small explosion goes off.
And yeah,
Bearings hit the side.
and And do a D4 for, do a D4 for your dagger. I just moved a D4 up there.
It's a 3 on the die.
8 damage? Nice.
We did some damage. Stab.
Yeah.
It worked!
You see she looks at you kind of startledly and is like, wow. And she's bleeding out of the hole pretty good. You guys really don't know how to throw a party.
Oh, that sounds like an awesome party.
Cleok, you're up. And she looks like she's trying to leave.
Well then, Low Monk. I guess I could go here. Probably a little bit more.
It worked!
Cleok, I need you to roll a perception check.
Sure, I can do one of those. I'm supposed to be good at this. That's a 13.
That'll make it, since you're right up in her face, stabbing her. You see she has a symbol of the flesh dealers on a chain
Oh.
connected to her armor.
I'm more impressed I actually know what that looks like.
Well, you remember the squid who tried to bore into your mind?
Yes,
He
that,
wore
that,
one
that,
too.
would, that would very much leave a lasting impression.
That's why I didn't make you need more of a perception check, because you kind of have a bad taste about it. And you get the image of that squid face back in your mind as you look at her.
Well, unfortunately for me, no one is in position for me to get advantage. So I'll just have to punch him normally. That's a... Boo. 13.
No.
Bonus attack, flurry of blows. That is 18.
That hits.
I'm still extra large. Big boned. That's 11 damage. Final attack. 14.
Okay, so one hit. And you did 14 damage, you said?
11.
11. Well, that's fun. You jab her through, and you try slashing with the other talon, and you're like, oh, that's just dead flesh I'm hitting. Cleok has made a kill.
And then I licked the blood from my talons. I was like, oh, I'm not. I don't actually do.
Wow. It's check the door. Is secure the room. We should have done that sooner.
I specifically didn't do that because Narusil was supposed to be the stand-in. So if we were to check some other room, it may tip the assassin off.
No, I mean the assassin came through the front door, right? We should have.
I'll have
Through the back door.
Back door.
Oh.
two
back
ways of distraction.
Okay.
So I want to take a quick look around to make sure there's no other threats. Take a look out on the balcony.
You see a hook that is padded with a rope hanging over the edge of the balcony.
I pull the rope up, but I leave the hook on the ledge.
Okay.
I want to try and make sure no one else climbs up, basically, but not disturb the actual hook itself.
Okay.
Next thing I think we should do, I'm going to assume that while this is happening, I shrink down to normal size.
Yeah, it's probably going to be.
And knock on Edmund's door. Edmund, are you all right?
You don't have time to knock on the door because he's already coming out as you went and checked the back. And he's like, because, a gun did go off. He's like, I hope you all have a good explanation. We're probably about to get a visit from the guards before long.
Yeah, you better have a good explanation.
Shouldn't have been that loud. I mean, I shoved it in the person and then pulled the trigger. Kind of muffled it.
Assassin brought it in. We barely got it from her.
Hey, the guard. There was we had a guest, and I point to the dead body on the ground.
Yeah, Edmund sees and is like, oh, very interesting. Go ahead and place any weapons you used on her with the body as well, if you would. It usually makes things go smoother if you're just more open. And then go ahead and go take a seat on the chairs. And let's let the guard enter. If one of you would be so kind as to unlatch the front door while we're at it and wait peacefully here.
Actually, I think Yonovan has to do that if he did trickery.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I'll go undo the front trap.
So
I'll
who
also firmly
so-
embed the weapon in the hole it created in the back.
I washed my claws.
I wipe off the end of the mechanism. All fingerprint.
Well, Yonovan.
What?
Well, I guess if Yonovan has to disable the trap, I don't trust myself to.
Well, I think Yonovan left one in the back. He disabled the one on the front and opened the door.
Okay.
So after that,
Yeah.
the guard comes in, seeing the door is open. And I figured we probably would all listen to the employer and do as he said and sat on the couch.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. The guard comes in and Edmund and his age sit at the table. He's like, what has happened here? Edmund points. He's like, we had an intruder and my guards protected my life. The guard goes over and investigates, actually pulls out a note of contract on Edmund. He's like, so it would seem. Pockets it, takes the flesh dealer mark, and is like, is there any other evidence you can provide? Takes Yonovan's contraption.
I mean, it's embedded in the
there.
person right now.
Yeah,
like-
no, he takes it out.
I would show the guard out to the balcony and show the hook.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he goes
And,
out, he takes the hook.
and tell the guard that I lifted the rope up just to ensure no other assassin could be able to climb up. But,
Understand, very good.
but otherwise has been left.
And I like carefully pick up this dagger that's
Okay.
still dripping with stuff. And like hold
Oh,
it out
it's
to him.
still in her, like, it fell out of her hand as
Grasp,
she fell, but
okay.
yeah, it's right there by her hand. He identifies it and sheaths it carefully. And after a bit, two more show up, carry the body out. Coin purse is left behind. He doesn't seem to care. And they all walk out. Oh, as he walks out, he's like, be sure you are here in the morning. The court may have questions for you.
Well, we're here to protect any future events, so yep.
Well done, gentlemen. How was that for a little evening's fun?
I bring the first a cookie for
So,
him to delve out.
so you threw me off a little bit when you told me 48. Because that's a lot of damage for someone of my stature.
Yes,
It hurt.
that was
I
two
mean-
hits. It was not safe.
I only have
Wow.
38 hit points, so that would have taken any of us down.
Yeah,
Sarah didn't might have.
But it would have been interesting if Nercel had dropped.
Dead.
no
Well-
one told me to drop the disguise, so I left it on.
No, it was proper, because then the assassin still thought he had his right target.
He rolled check a few times, but so
No one told me that he was a spellcaster.
Who was a spellcaster?
I'm speaking for the assassin. So that heal me.
All right.
Oh.
I examined the coin pouch since no one else is.
I said I brought it to Cookie.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, it's got 110 gold piece, 120 silver piece. Do y'all want to put this in the group pool or?
We still don't have a name. We're the no name.
The band with no name.
We're nobody. That way, when they say it's like you got 50 gold out on nobody, 50 gold ahead on nobody.
All right. So
Fine.
the rest of you gentlemen go to sleep. Cleoc, you and Narasil are the only ones left awake as they want to finish their long rest.
I close the door if it's not already.
Yeah, I figured Yonovan probably wants to roll and retrap both
Yeah.
doors. It's not like they're a dangerous trap.
Uh,
Is the hook still on the balcony?
No, the guard took it.
Okay.
Come back to my nap.
Father.
All right, so Cleoc, now is your chance to get in the words you wished to have last week.
Did I actually write those down? I thought I wrote those down.
I think you did. I'm not sure.
Ah, yes, I remember. I want to ask Narasil a little bit more. Well, with the revelation that we have a bounty on our heads now, I want to ask Narasil a little bit more about his feeling that we had before our previous adventure about the one house.
It felt cold and dark. I didn't like it.
I'm pretty sure I've asked this before, but do you get that feeling often from people or situations?
Not that often. I had it when I was back home. One of the other planet that I could see from my home, I felt that way towards it, but that's it. It's not that often. I haven't seen that much of the world, so maybe it'll be often, I don't know.
Do you know what happened at other planet?
No. I know that Nahara was sad about it and left because of them. She said they had no light, so they deserve no light.
So, was that your first battle? Was that your first fight?
Yes. It was weird. I just don't understand why so much violence and anger.
I sit in silence at that a little bit and try and take a deep breath. Say, well, sometimes bad people try to do bad things. So sometimes we must fight to protect that we hold dear.
All right.
But I took a big blow in that last fight. But then when I woke up, you were standing over me. Did you help me?
Yes, I used some of Nashara's light on you. It was very nice and warm.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I don't like pain. It's not nice.
No. No, it's not.
All right. So, the time passes. The sun rises. Breakfast comes. A page enters and gives Edmund a note stating that the court would like to see all of us there at noon, and that the main events that he's been attending are currently on hold till this investigation is complete. So, tomorrow probably. So he's like, well, you guys have half the day to do what you'd like. Is there anything you guys are interested in doing while we wait?
Well, it certainly would be surprising if they would attempt to take your life in broad daylight, but still hired to protect you.
Is there anything like unique shows or entertainments in this area?
Only very expensive ones, and a lot of them aren't during this time of the year.
Ah. Yeah. I just never been here. I wondered what things there were to see.
Well, depending on how much money you feel like throwing down would depend on what's available. If you want to throw 100 gold down for a 30-minute play, they have a few.
You're right. I am not.
So I asked Edmund, are you familiar with these court proceedings? Like, what we're we're not used to it. So
Oh, yeah, they have it from
is
time
there
to
something
time.
we should expect to be asked?
Just about all the events. They're going to put you probably all under a zone of truth and ask you to speak about last night's events and leave nothing out.
Oh boy.
Very well. I don't believe we have anything to hide.
Well, except for Jonovan's weapon of choice might be a problem.
It was an invention I was working on.
All right. So anything else you guys want to do during your time, or just jump to the trial?
I said jump to the trial.
I'm ready for it.
Do they have coconuts here?
They do have some coconuts you can buy if you would like.
Two.
But yeah, Donovan, you know that they didn't allow you to bring in any of your gunpowder.
Yeah.
So you could have made some, but you also could bring some of the purple powder, which is what I think you did.
Yeah.
Was that the blue powder that you used, or that was purple that you used? I believe you said it was the purple you used. There's one little bit of blue powder that you had.
I would have used the one I had the most.
Okay, yeah, that's the purple. The purple is the standard. The blue is a strange modified. All right. So, yes, there is some, if you wish. There is some coconuts that can be procured.
I'd like to get two.
Okay.
I'll just leave them back in the room for later.
Okay. You do so, and at noon you all head to the court. Edwin shows you all the way with his aide. Upon reaching there, you see there is a member of the flesh dealers one of your favorite individuals, Squidface, as the slang term is for them, also known as a mind flayer. They also have a interesting spider creature, a Nyogi there, which you've also seen. The Mind Flayer is actually sitting there as kind of like counsel or something to the Nyogi, and the Nyogi is the one who's talking to the court as you're let in. She was not there to do any harm. She was only there to scout out and see what kind of trouble he was trying to cause us. And then he sits down. The judge is a large blue individual who just says, all right, and we have them here now to speak for themselves. And the court turns and sees you all being led down with Edmund. He takes a seat on the other side, and you all are appointed to head into this large circle in the middle of... It's kind of like going to theater, almost more so than a standard courtroom, where the backdrop is this large blue giant, and in front of him there is this ring of sigils on the floor.
Okay, so we go forward.
He's like, come forward, stand here. He points to the ring. I take it all five do as bidden?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Everyone needs to make a charisma save.
This is a zone of truth, right?
Yes.
I choose to fail on purpose.
I fail.
Actually, I don't know if Cleoc would know the feeling of that, so...
No, you wouldn't necessarily, unless you've had it before.
I actually, my pass, I would assume. That's a 17.
I'd let you roll a disadvantage if you choose to.
11.
But, yeah, you need to roll.
Well, I say I pass. Who knows how high to see it. But I rolled an 18 on die, so that's a 17.
Yes, you and Nursil actually passed. He's like, interesting.
Must be the zone of
Young
truth
Avian,
thing.
please step out.
What?
Young Avian,
Step
please
out?
step out. Step back. He also
Step
points...
back in.
No. He says step out. He doesn't say step back in.
Okay.
Please stay there. You, sir. Please,
Yes.
with the sparkly eyes, please step out as well. So Narasil steps out with you. The other three of you are left in the circle. And he speaks. I need you all to make an additional charisma save. This one at disadvantage.
The dice go.
12.
Oh, there it is.
13.
And
Oh, 1.
you all are now have the compulsion to, one by one, state everything in detail that you can remember from last night.
I broke the table.
Just go for it. Describe everything you
Okay.
can recall of the events of that night. Sheridan, keep in mind you were the only one awake when she came in.
I thought Cleoc was on too. Of the
They're not in the circle, is my
Oh.
point. Of the ones in the circle, he's the only one that knows that part.
Your Honor, I was awoken. I was sleeping that night. We had two people awake to watch for someone coming. We heard a noise the night before, so we were expecting someone. And my friend woke me up, and there was a big poof, and the assassin teleported into the middle of the room, and I blinded her after casting Enlarge Person on the avian and the
If
GIF.
And my magic, which usually is quite erratic, seemed to be working for me last night, which was very fortunate. And the assassin recognized our friend Narcel over there, who you had step out, who had been transformed to look identical to our employer, recognized him as the target and was being attacked. But the attack didn't land. The attack did land on Cleoc, my avian friend, and one hit
come down.
completely.
2 hits. There was 2 slashes.
I didn't see. They say 2 slashes completely took Cleoc down. Narcel and I helped heal him, and I basically kept trying to blind the assassin until Cleoc finished killing him. Oh, and Yanovan.
I tried to stab him a couple times, and then I
Stabbed
finally
him.
was successful. I was using my prototype. It's not very sharp, and it's not really what it's meant for stabbing. And I managed to stab him with it, and it went off.
It's you
What?
designed it to go off.
I did design it to go off, but it didn't have any trigger attached to it. It's half there.
What else? Oh yes, the guards came to investigate, and then they said to come here, or they'd send for us, and then I went to sleep.
He's like, you may all leave. If anything further is needed, we'll call you. And Edmund gets up, and you guys are able to leave with him, and you guys go back to the hotel. That evening, as you are sitting down for dinner, a knock is at the door.
Cookie goes, opens door.
Cookie, as you pull the door, you see there's a string attached, and the ball bearing
Yeah,
like
it's
teetering on
totally
the
a
edge.
trap.
Yanovan.
But the door's a little crack open. It looks like if you move it much more, it's going to fall.
I wander over and disarm it.
You open it the rest of the way then, Cookie, and you see there is a city guard there. You all have been found unguilty in this current endeavor. Please continue to exercise yourself in the utmost caution and be most vigilant to following our laws. Thank you and have a good evening. And he leaves.
Okay.
And I go sit down, drink the coconuts dry, and then fill them with purple powder.
Oh God, Yanovan, do I see this happening?
You probably do, unless he's going to roll a stealth check.
I'm like dropping a few ball bearings in there.
I go over to Yanovan and ask him, "What do you think you're doing?"
They might come back.
And how do you expect to explain this?
It's an alarm to alert the guards.
It certainly would do that.
It might also leave shrapnel everywhere in this nice apartment.
All right, gentlemen. Go ahead and talk amongst yourself about current plans. I will be back in just a moment. I'm going to just take care of one thing, and then we'll wrap up.
Wow. Okay, so we still have to finish this quest, and we still have to finish that other quest. Well, we've protected him, but his job's not over yet. So let's hope they don't strike again.
So, we can expect our plan to not work next time.
We can expect our plan, i.e. what?
In other words, we can't expect the same way we protected Edmund to
Right,
to work
because the
again.
flesh stealers were there and they learned everything that we did.
Correct. They learned that we used the body double, and the body double would still be potentially useful, but I wouldn't expect it to be, because I know we left some details out, but I don't know whether it should be inferred that we would describe how for you guys to describe how you booby trapped the room to know how we knew the assassin was coming, the location of our charge. I don't know how much of that was inferred by your time in the zone of truth.
Yeah, we probably said just about everything. That was quite an effective compulsion strategy.
I wasn't sure what would happen. Well, I guess this can be after session talk.
All right. So,
Right, which is why I'm making noisemakers instead of a weapon.
you didn't have to state things that happened before, such as that Edmund and his aide were in which rooms they were in, but that they were in another room, and that she came in the back door, and those events.
We also didn't have to say that there was a double.
You did.
Did
because
we?
that was part of the event that she was targeting.
But he was a double
that
from the night before.
It doesn't matter about have to state. Cookie did state. Because that's how Cookie works under compulsion.
Okay.
The other thing to consider is it did help your case, because then it proved that they were actually there to assassinate Edmund, since she targeted him. At the time, Cleoc was just an obstacle to getting to the target.
And it hurt.
That poison blade, yo. And it wouldn't have been sneak attack, though. That was just...
Yeah. Just imagine if she had got better initiative, it would have been.
Yeah.
And so the next day comes, and you guys go back to the normal route. That afternoon, Edmund...
We keep an eye on the rooftops.
Yes. You do notice the same thing once in a while, Cleoc, but it always seems to be more hanging back a little further. And you notice that afternoon, Edmund does not come out to lunch like he usually does.
Oh.
Huh.
And it goes on and on.
Check on him.
And it's getting close to dinner, and no one's come in or out of that main room.
Is there a guard at it?
Oh yeah, there's two large individuals on either side of the door.
The blue fellows?
Oh yeah.
Would there be guards inside of the room as well?
You don't know, you haven't been inside the room. You can definitely see Edmund's aide starting to get a bit nervous.
I ask Edmund's aid. I assume this wasn't in the plan.
Not that I'm aware of. I don't know what's going on. They never seem to go this long. A few moments later, the doors open, and you see a large commotion coming out. The first couple out you see is a group of individuals who seem to all be more darkly clad but fairly expensive garments, who seem to be largely made up of a beholder to, there's some mind flayers, some Neogi, a few drow, etc. in the mix, and they all just like storm out. Look very, very unhappy. Followed by a wave of people just who seem to be energetic and ecstatic for some reason. Just go flooding out the door. And you see a number of people in the room you're in just start leaving and heading out as well. Except for Edmund's aide. None of you have seen Edmund either. Finally, the last person out talking with this individual who seems to be very well marked as high-ranking, based on the fact that he actually has fully armored individuals, counting 4, following him.
Huh, that's
Exit.
unusual. Like, armed and armored?
Oh, fully armed and armored.
Huh.
Like Emperor Guard following him.
Yeah.
They obviously know what they're doing, and they all are armed. They have glaives.
Yeah, but no one else is allowed to have weapons.
Yeah.
That's... Okay.
And Edmund bows to him and comes over to you all. And it's like, I would love you all to come and have dinner at my house tonight.
Sure. Sounds like good news, sir.
He's like, indeed, let's go. And
Okay.
so you head over to his house. A large meal is rushed to be prepared and acquired for you all. And you sit in this very luxurious dining room. Something that kind of amounts to what you'd usually expect to find in like a high-end palace. Like, you know, the Lords of Waterdeep.
That's a fun game to play on tabletop sometime.
It is. We should do that sometime. But, so, it's exquisite. And you all are given seats there. He's like, I want to thank you all for the great service you've done me. And I want to let you know that proper rewards are henceforth coming. We were successful in delivering our information, and the flesh dealers have taken a major blow this day. I want to thank you all for your assistance and your aid in this endeavor.
That's great. That was quite a scary situation to fend off assassins with no weapons, but hey.
That is why I tried to be forthright with you and inform you of the situation prior to accepting the job.
Yeah. Well, we're very glad we could be there for you. We also are very glad to see those people suffer.
Suffering's not necessarily my goal. Justice is. And enslaving others and treating them like cattle is not just.
Suffer. No.
Needless to say, we aren't friends with the flesh dealers either.
Cookie doesn't know whether he wants them to suffer or not. That's a complicated emotion.
And so, I have but one final question for you all. Would you prefer a chest or straight deposit in your account?
Straight deposit would work well.
I chuckle and we still need to come up with a name. And I say that out loud.
He's like, well, I think now would be a good time for you to all do that. What sort of name do you see yourselves fancied by?
Terran's 5.
But Saradin's not a Terran.
Details.
That's racist.
Don't sit on me.
Well, you're an inventor. You're a seeker of fine things. Take to the skies. We could be like trade winds.
Oh, I like that.
Not necessarily everything that we've done. Do some trading, some adventuring. We like the freedom to come and go as we please, yes?
Yeah.
We're the Strike 5! Or 4. Oh, it doesn't really matter.
Let's not put a number in there, please.
I'm referring to...
Actually, if we have Narso with us, we might be just the seekers.
Yeah, well, we're going with that. Sequence. Yeah.
What do you guys think?
well, us and the other 5 groups that are probably named the Seekers, but sure.
I like seagulls.
Sounds like a group of monks on a quest.
Sounds excellent. If that is what you wish, we can have the documents sent straight over to the bank.
Yes.
The Seekers it is.
We may need to tell the bank that's our group name.
Oh, I sent it to them, along with your funds.
Okay.
I hope you will be pleased with your reward. And if I need of you again, I will certainly send for you. Have a good night, stay here, and in the morning I will have my assistant lead you to the gates where the guards will return your belongings and you may continue your endeavors.
Excellent.
Thank you.
After a night in the most luxurious beds that anyone in the Seekers has ever partaken, you rest well, have a great breakfast, in the morning acquire all the goods that you had left behind with the guards, and are now able to continue seeking your fortunes, your futures, your dreams. And we'll pick up there next week, gentlemen.
Okay.